What's up? How are you guys? Today, this whole week I've been thinking. I know you're surprised by that, right? But I have been. I've been thinking a lot about this channel, and I've been thinking about a few other things, and I kind of want to talk about that today because one of the things that I've noticed as far as that's really consistent amongst YouTube channels across the board, but particularly in the world of menswear and men's style, is that we all present ourselves as we're the experts and we're here to share our knowledge with you. And obviously that's a good thing, and that's why I personally watch a lot of the videos that I do, because I want to learn from men and women who know more about certain things than I do. But I don't think that that's the only way that we can benefit from this channel. And I've done this before where I've had a video where I wasn't quite sure about an idea and I wanted to kind of flesh it out and bounce it off of you guys and, have you get back to me and tell me what you thought. And I want to do that today, especially because, all right, so I've got a mastermind group. I don't want to dive in too deeply to all this stuff because I don't want you to feel like I'm just pitching this to you, but it is kind of good in context. I've got a mastermind group. It's called the Odysseus Undertaking. If you're interested in learning about it, there's a link down below. And basically what I do is I work with the men who are in there to help them establish a better presence. Now, I am not the strongest presence in the world. I understand that. But Odysseus didn't take his men on their excursions after having already gone to those places. You can lead people even if you've never been to the destination that you're traveling to, whether that's physically or socially or in any other method. And so that is more and more what I would like to start doing with this channel is as I have things that I start to kind of have ideas that come up in my head, I want to bounce them off of you guys. And I want to know what you think, and maybe we can come to some good conclusions on this stuff together. Now, to the point of what I want to talk about today, I was thinking about Thanksgiving is next week, and I've done Thanksgiving posts in the past. Every style blogger has done Thanksgiving posts in the past where what to wear for Thanksgiving, and it's, throw on a pair of checkers with some dark jeans and a shawl cardigan, and wham bam, thank you ma'am, you're good. But I don't know, that doesn't necessarily work for everybody, and I was thinking back to my own Thanksgivings as a kid, and when I was young, Thanksgiving was always a really big deal because we would go up to my grandparents' house up in Idaho, and we would go and we would have dinner with aunts and uncles and cousins and everybody else. And it started to get me thinking about one of my cousins. Now, he's 4 years older than I am, and when I was a teenager, especially as I was just starting to get into the BMX scene, I could not have looked up to this cousin any more than I did. He's awesome. His name's Mitch. He's awesome. And he was already in BMX, and he was, Mitch was as cool as it got. And I remember for multiple Thanksgivings when we would go up there, my parents always made a big deal out of it that you dress nicely. And so they would have us dress up in nicer clothes than what we would typically wear. But Mitch and his brothers would not do it to the same extent. It was a little bit kind of like a rebellious niceness. He would just have one of his BMX shirts. I even remember one that was like De Groot of the Loom from Chad De Groot. And he would throw on a flannel shirt over it. It wasn't buttoned up, and so it still looked casual. And I remember being really frustrated, and even at like 11 or 12 years old, arguing with my parents because I didn't want to wear dorky, nice clothes when my cousins could wear cool stuff to Thanksgiving dinner. So I've spent a lot of time thinking about that over the last couple of days, and my question for you guys is, do you think that I thought Mitch's clothes were cool because I already thought Mitch was cool? Or did I think that Mitch was cool in part because I thought his clothes were cool? To be honest, I don't know the answer. I've thought about this in context of other things, and one that really comes to mind is Conor McGregor. Now, UFC 205 just happened, so McGregor's been a really big deal again lately. I mean, first man in MMA history to hold 2 belts. And I've even done a full video on him and breaking down his style. If you want to check that out, go do that up here. But aside from all that, some of the things that he's doing aesthetically right now are kind of crazy. I mean, he's wearing these big, awful glasses. He's doing Cosby sweaters. He showed up wearing a giant, full-length white fur robe. I mean, this is stuff that is really, really aggressively out there when it comes to style and clothing. And this is not the kind of thing that anybody would really expect anybody else to emulate. Now, that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if we were to start seeing more and more of those different styles come up. So again, my question for you guys is, are those kinds of things cool because men like McGregor are doing them? Or are men like McGregor doing them because they can see some sort of inherent coolness to those kinds of styles that the rest of us possibly don't? I would love to hear your thoughts on this, because I don't know. What is the relationship between how stylish a man is, how good he looks, and how much other men want to emulate him? Is it a chicken and egg scenario? Is it one where there isn't necessarily one that leads to the other, but they end up working synergistically? I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this, legitimately, because it'll be interesting to kind of flesh this idea out further and talk about this. So let me know in the comments below what you think. If you could come up with other examples of this, whether that's in your own life, for celebrities, or the heads of other tribes. You thought I was going to go a whole video without saying tribe, didn't you? Let me know other examples that you can think of so we can start to figure out what this idea is. And lastly, let me know if this is the kind of video that you would like to see more of. Yes, I'm planning on doing more style in real life videos. I will continue to dive into how-to stuff, but really diving into what I know you're here for with me is diving into the why of this stuff. Do you want me to wait until I've got these ideas completely figured out, or do you like this approach better? I know for me personally, I enjoy this a whole lot more, where basically I'm just thinking out loud, and then I get to get your responses, and then after that I can kind of think about it a little bit differently and flesh it out further. But you may not feel that same way. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about that stuff. As always, leave me a thumbs up. It really does go a long way into helping me build the channel. And I will catch you guys on the next one.